Welcome to Basic Brewing Video. I'm James Spencer.
And I'm Steve Wilkes.
Hee-haw!
Hee-haw!
He's a pickin'.
And he's a grinning.
Welcome to the annual Halloween show. And this year we're carrying on a tradition of sorts.
Yes.
We're doing monster cereals. We have done Frankenberry. I did a Frankenberry Vice.
Yep.
Last year I did Count Chocula. I did a Count Chocula Milk Stout, which is pretty good. And this year I'm doing a Boo Berry beer.
Oh my!
Can you see that? This is not a product endorsement. This is only a demonstration. This is only a product review. Boo Berry I'm doing a Boo Berry Tart. Would you like to try some? Here, wait. Pardon me while I whip this out. There you go. I saved some for you.
Just looking at this will give me diabetes.
Would you like to try some? You could try some if you want.
This is pretty much just sugar.
The ingredients are whole grain corn, cornmeal, sugar, marshmallows, which is sugar, corn syrup, which is sugar, canola oil, salt, trisodium phosphate, and then colors and vitamins.
It's purple.
It's purple, but it don't taste like much. The cereal itself doesn't taste like much, but taste one of the marshmallows. Dig one of the marshmallows out.
Okay.
It actually does have a little bit of a flavor.
Yep.
So,
That's sweet.
nothing to write home about. But there was a lot of interest in this because I kept posting pictures of the beer through the process.
It's pretty hideous. I gotta tell you.
Hideous and hideous.
Hideous.
That's what they say in the country.
Well, my costume is I'm a radio announcer for RFD radio.
Okay.
All right.
You and Ken Berry. Okay, so now wait a minute.
Okay.
Let's talk about this first because,
Okay.
all right. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a wort, or kettle soured or wort soured beer.
Okay.
All right, so this is a little complicated. So first of all, what I started off with was 3 gallons or 11.4 liters of water at 157 degrees Fahrenheit or 69 C. And into that I put 2 pounds or 900 grams of American two-row and 2 pounds or 900 grams of malted white wheat and a whole box of family size Boo Berry cereal. That's 1 pound or 450 grams of this stuff. And it takes time for it to dissolve. It kind of bobs around on the top of the water at first, but eventually it will dissolve. And so that gave us a mash rest temperature of 150 degrees Fahrenheit or 65 C, which I put in the oven for an hour, stirring occasionally, and you'll see there on the video that the cereal did dissolve. I collected my wort, and it was like Battleship Gray. It was weird, the weirdest thing. It was bizarre. So I took that wort and I brought it up to 180 degrees Fahrenheit or 82 C to sanitize it. Then I cooled it down to 110 degrees Fahrenheit or 43 C. I pitched in the Good Belly Pure Shot, the mango flavor. It's got active lactobacillus in it. I poured that in the fermenters. I put the wort on top of that. I put that in the high gravity system at 110 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 days. So after that 2 days, the wort changed from Battleship Gray to Emerald Green. It was the weirdest darn thing. All the gray stuff or the purple stuff settled down into the bottom of the fermenters and the rest of it was green. So I brought that up to 180 degrees Fahrenheit or 82 C again. And to that I added 1 ounce of Rakau hops or 28 grams and I held that for 15 minutes. And then I chilled it to pitching temperature and I pitched Saf-Ale US05. Okay. So the Rakau is supposed to be similar to Amarillo and Summit with a peachy, fruity, and pine characteristic. And then the original gravity of this was 1047, final gravity 1008 for an ABV of 5.2%. So it went from gray to green. Now, let's see what we got.
I'm full of lactobacillus.
That explains a lot. You're a very sour man.
That's right. All right.
And the opener worked. Or
Yeah, didn't have to twist it or
Basic
anything.
Brewing opener.
I'm pouring aggressively. Well, it looks just like beer.
No matter what we do with these monster cereals, the first one was pink. Well, I guess the Count Chocula stayed brown, but we put chocolate malt in there. So,
Cheers.
cheers. So all those people that were going to make, St. Patrick's Day beers with Count Chocula or with the Boo Berry, it just the yeast scrubs it all out.
So it's definitely bringing the funk.
I wanted this beer. I wanted this beer to actually have some of the flavor of the cereal.
Well, I think it does.
It's
Excuse me, my voice is changing.
you're turning into Boo Berry.
I am. It's very fruity.
It's hard to tell whether that's the Rakau hops,
Yeah, I know. That's
but
what I mean.
there is also a kind of a chalky aftertaste
Well, there is that.
that you get from the cereal as well. It's a little bit tart.
It's not as funky as it smells. Mm-hmm. That smells funky. That smells like
Like barnyard funky, or it's just tart sour funky?
it's barnyardy to me.
Huh.
Not a lot. Not like It's more like
Looks good on you though.
That's right. I mean, it definitely, yeah.
So
But
is it off-putting funk? I get a sourness. I get a lactic sourness, kind of like a yogurty kind of sourness on the nose. I'm not getting like a dark, horse blanket or something
it's
like
not
that.
off-putting. I don't know if I just had an expectation that it was going to be like
Fruity
like
Pebbles.
this, and it's not.
It's more like a beer.
It's beer. It's just a nice sour.
But not too sour. It's on
No.
There is a teeny bit of green tinge to it, a little bit, but not much. It's
probably just-
mostly just hay colored or straw. So it doesn't suck, in my opinion.
No, really and truly. I mean, if I didn't know any of the background of the beer, and you just said, "Hey, I made this sour beer," I'd be like, "Wow, that's really great," and it is. It's a good beer. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just I'm trying to wrap my mind around the cereal,
Right.
and it's kind of grainy. There's kind of a graininess to it. I don't know if that's the cereal. It's really very simple. I've already forgotten what's in it. So just two-row
wheat and blueberry is the grain bill.
Yeah, so it's a very simple beer, and there is kind of a graininess, and I bet that is coming out of that cereal.
Well, I get this. There's a mouthfeel. The mouthfeel's fairly substantial, and I get this kind of a chalky kind of something on my tongue that reminds me of at the bottom of your cereal bowl when the milk has that kind of grit that.
Oh well, yeah. There's that. It isn't that tart, actually. As I drink it, it's not.
I expected it to be more tart than that after 2 days. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was because of the preservatives in the cereal or what, and my pH meter was broken, so I was having to just like take a plastic straw, which are endangered nowadays, and like use it like a pipette and taste it, and just by taste judge how tart it was getting. But I'd say as far as the Count Chocula was my favorite of the Monster cereal beers. Mm-hmm. I think this is my second one, and I think that the Frankenberry Vice was the third.
I don't remember them that well.
The Count Chocula we like quite a bit. It was very chocolatey.
Yeah, the Frankenberry Vice, I honestly don't remember much about it.
It wasn't much of anything interesting. It was just kind of...
This is an interesting beer, and it's one that Oh, and it's kind of like I'm getting a nice warming. What is it, 5.2? Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just the mood I'm in, but it feels more alcoholic than that.
You need to have something to eat.
I probably need to eat. Yeah.
We'll fix you a sandwich. Well, there you go. Oh, that's a part of our series we call Will It Brew?
I didn't say anything.
We always forget to say that.
Yeah, no. So there'll be a repeat of this show on the RFD TV channel just after Big Joe Polka. So tune in for that.
Before RV Lifestyle.
It's a go-getter show. You'll want to tune in for that. Tune your tuner to BR549.
All right, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers and happy Halloween.
Yeah.
And we'll have to find something else to ferment next year.
All I got was a rock. Happy brewing.
Come and visit us online. At basicbrewing.com, you can find archive lists of our audio and video podcasts on home brewing. You can also find our DVDs and our brewer's logbook, where you can track and log up to 50 batches of beer. If you're in Fayetteville, Arkansas, stop by Steve's Brew Shop or find him online at stevesbrewshop.com.
Boo Berry.